Potential. I've got the potential to look really great at the wedding I'm going to preach in a little while. But it's not really potential because I've got it all done. The hair looks good, I moisturized, the tie will be tied properly, the collar will be down. It's not potential. It's what is. It's a current state. When people talk about potential, usually they're talking about future potential or past potential. And I'm going to illustrate that with a story in just a minute or so. But what it really is, it's a growth mindset question. And for those who've been following for a while, the growth mindset changes everything. The growth mindset says that your potential will not limit you. Your potential is the ability to do more than you think you can, the ability to do hard things, the ability to try challenging things, and then to evaluate and try them again. Because all the potential in the world, you've heard that, all the potential in the world, usually when a product or a person is younger or new in a position, that's what you'll hear. You have the potential to do this job. What they're really saying is they think you have the skill set to do well in this job. They've probably tested you in some way to see if you do have the skill set, and hopefully they have a plan to nurture you, to make sure that you attain what skills you do not have yet that you need to complete the task at hand. So that's a growth mindset question. Now, if you look at it, I can't do this job. That's a fixed mindset problem. See, growth mindset solution, fixed mindset problem. There's something to that. And if you want to look at my growth mindset videos or my growth mindset podcast, there's a lot of great information there. Here's what we want to do. We always look at great potential, but we have it in us. We can do great things. We can do hard things. Here's your story. Back about 45 years ago, there was a young baseball player named Billy Beane. Billy Beane could hit the ball out of the ballpark every other time that he got up to the plate. In Little League, in high school, in college, he was drafted number one, where he was going to be the next big thing. And Billy Beane had an Achilles heel. His Achilles heel was that he thought he was so great that he did not need to improve. And when he got to the next level, which was AA ball, pitchers started throwing something called a curveball at him. And Billy Beane was so stubborn that he would just wait for the fastball, knowing that he was going to hit the fastball in the park. But the coaches who were playing against him and the pitchers who were playing against him knew he could not hit the curveball. So what did they do? They just threw him curveballs 24/7. And he got so impatient, even the pitchers who weren't very good, who couldn't throw a very good curveball, he would start swinging and missing and striking out instead of walking and getting on base and going back after practice and listening to the coach of how to hit a curveball. Because in his mind, all his life, growing up, everyone told him how great he was. They didn't nurture his potential. They didn't tell him there were going to be hard days. There were going to be difficult experiences. So eventually, 5-6 years later, Billy Beane washed out of baseball. He was going to be the next Babe Ruth. And he had a decision to make. And he had learned a lot of things by watching people with less talent than him succeed and be promoted to AAA and move up to the major leagues. And he never got there. But he started taking mental notes. And the people who were moving up, they were humble. They were able to take criticism as an ability to improve, to take a step outside their comfort zone, to try something new, to do something different, to try harder, to get back up when they hit the wall, chasing a baseball, and get back up and strike out, and then go up and hit a double the next time up, because they had the mindset that their potential was not going to be limited. So, how does the story end? It's got a happy ending. Billy Beane ended up taking all this knowledge of how to succeed with people who were not the most talented, but wanted it the most, to develop some skills, become an assistant general manager, become a general manager, and eventually started putting together baseball teams for an organization called the Oakland A's, where none of them got paid a lot because they didn't have all the talent. They weren't drafted number one. He was looking for the guys who were coachable, who were hungry, who were everything he wasn't. You see, it was too late for Billy Beane to become the next Babe Ruth, but he developed enough players who did that he won championships, not only with the Oakland A's, but with the Boston Red Sox as well. And his way of forming teams, of being a general manager, has been studied by many other sports at this point. People want to work with growth mindset people because you get knocked down, you get back up. Something doesn't work, you're curious. What could work? What can we do? You're fulfilling your potential. So potential is not future potential. Your potential is always current potential. The other thing that fixed mindset people will do is they will talk about lost potential. He had everything going for them. He could have done everything. Again, no growth mindset. Because the skill sets that I learned delivering mail in blizzards over a number of years got me to the point where I get up and out of bed even when I don't want to cut down trees right now, to do hard things that I don't really want to do because they need to be done. So I have the potential to overcome anything that I didn't achieve and go back and make it right. I call these make goods. And everybody has one or two of these in their life. You need to go back and finish that project that you walked away from, or you need to put it in a place where you let it go. Otherwise, it's going to keep revisiting itself. If you've never come to grips with a failed relationship, you need to go to the corner of your living room and forgive yourself and the other party for whatever transgressions that you had, and let it go, because there's a bright future for you. You can take the failure of that failed relationship and say, oh, I'm certainly never going to drink that much again, and actually not drink that much again. Or I'm never going to yell. I'm going to take the 5 minutes and walk to the and say I need 5 minutes, and walk to the kitchen and think about what you're going to say, so that you don't say words you can't take back. There are things we learn from every single situation if our mind is open to growth. So, what is your potential? Your potential is unlimited. You can do anything. I believe that in my heart. I invite people to come into my coaching programs where we can explore your potential, what it is you have done, what it is you have tried to do, how we might be able to get those projects done for you or let them go, and see where your life goes from there. I love short-term coaching. Usually it's packets of 4 where we analyze the problem in the first session. We come up with some potential solutions in the second session. In the third session, you're already into implementation. And the fourth section is How did that work? How do you feel? And how do we move forward from here? I love coaching. I love helping people. You let me know when I put up a picture on Insta later, whether my potential of looking good came to fruition today. Have a great day, everybody. Your potential is unlimited.